Can we turn up? Can we turn up? Hey. He really, really moves up.
Hello everyone and welcome. Thank God it's Friday. You're all welcome to another session. I hope you're all anticipating something great today. I'm really excited today and I hope you're excited too. I'm going to add up some of our MVPs for this week so that they dance along. Just before we begin, so we had enjoy. And keep part of the stage so that they can join me here and just introduce themselves with their dancing moves. I know he loves me. Yeah, let's go. When I'm in trouble, he is my oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, let's go. Yeah, Dina, I can see you. You're excited. I'm excited too. Thank God it's Friday. Welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. Yeah, let's go, let's go. I want to see them move. Dina, I hope you're dancing too. Killed by Papa, you're welcome.
Every time, one time, every time.
Constance, I can see you there.
Come on, let's say.
The comment section is going fire, fire, fire for fire. And my MVPs were smiling. They're giving me the vibe. Since we have lots and lots of them, so we're just going to show them so they can just show their moves, all their moves. Ah. I want to see more dancing moves. Let's go. That's a beautiful smile, Deepa. Glory. Oh God, you're all amazing. Welcome everybody. Let me know where you're, commenting from. From Nigeria. Where are you? Let me know. Thank God it's Friday. It's an amazing time. Another amazing session. And guess who we have today? I know you already know. From all the, the smiles and everything. We have our very own alum. And she's here to come and show us all the secrets we need to know to become like her, to become an Israel like her. Yes, you're always on fire, Dina. Oh, I'm loving it, I'm loving it, I'm loving it. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, let me know where you're coming from. Any Ghanaians in the house? Very nice, but hey Ghana, repping Ghana here. Zainab, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, it's amazing, people, amazing time today. We're gonna learn so much. I hope you're ready with your questions, with all your ideas, put your questions forward with. You're ready with listening ears, your notebook. I have mine right here. So I'm going to jot down all the things I need to my journey to success here. Yay! Yeah, Dina Ghana all the way. I see you. That's great. Lovely comments. Lovely smiles on our MVP. Oh, yes. So, why enjoying Black Black SiS is you already know why. Because it's one of a kind. The community of strong-minded Black women where you get to be inspired.
There's no one that you won't get down. I'm so glad that you will.
And so, they're just going to go through 3 sessions
There's no lie that you won't take down. I'm so glad that you will.
with optimism, with, goodness. Why join Black SiS there? I'm sure most of you already listened and you know why. Because you get to connect with other sisters, get to have mentorship. So many experiences, you get to even hear from your alum. Like, where do you get that from? Someone to take time, come and, talk to you. One of a kind community. Opportunities. Oh, girl, you know it. As I was saying earlier on, the best. It's more than the best. Friendship, job opportunities. It's always a great time to be in Black SiS. If you're not in, you're missing out. Join our community today. You get invited to events, workshops, and access to our exclusive community. And for our research database, you get all the information, everything that you need to be a thriving Black woman in today's world.
What kind of God is this? What kind of
I'm a proud Black sister. Go, go, go.
What kind of God is this? What kind of God is this? Oh, you will lead. He'll come to the highest.
Yeah, kill you, confess.
He'll come to the highest mountain. He'll come to the lowest valley. He will. I know he will. Whatever it takes, whatever it takes, whatever it takes, whatever it takes. So glad you.
We are going to rise into our creed.
So glad you leave. There's no one that you won't get down. I'm so glad that you will leave.
We'll be taking that right, but before we start, we're going to have our right hand up. So I'll be ready for our MVPs to have their hands up. Once we have their hands up, I will just
There's no lie that you won't take down. I'm so glad that you will.
Hello, everybody. We are here for our creed. You know what our creed is? Our creed is what we live, breathe, and move in. So, with our MVPs, you're going to have our hands up. You can join the stage with me. Just, add yourselves to the stage and have your right hand raised. And then you just begin. You repeat after me. So I'm going to read the first line, then you repeat, then we go just like that. So I was born with the mandate of dominion.
I was born with the mandate of dominion.
Great. I will lead, affect, and impact the world.
I will lead, affect, and impact the world.
Okay, I think a network issue. Okay, it's back. Okay, I am a Black SiS woman, so I am fearless.
I'm a Black SiS
A Black SiS woman, so I am fearless.
Continuously inspired.
Continuously inspired.
And inspiring. And completely transformed.
and
completely transformed.
My life will impact my fellow Black sister.
My life will impact my fellow Black sister.
To the right and to the left of me.
to the
to the
right,
right
and
and
to
to
the
the
left
left
of me.
of me.
Today, I solemnly commit myself
Today,
Today, I
I
solemnly
solemnly
commit
commit
myself
myself
to a life of an accomplished Black cis woman.
to a
to a
life of
life of an
accomplished Black
accomplished
SiS.
Black cis woman.
Thank you for joining me. Ladies who are watching us, I hope you said the creed with us. You know that it is our mantra, what we live by every day. Just recite it to yourself. Can take a screenshot of it. If you're new to our community, just repeat the words to yourself. I was born with the mandate of dominion. I will lead, affect, and impact the world. I am a Black cis woman, so I am fearless, continuously inspired and inspiring and completely transformed. My life will impact my fellow Black sister to the right and to the left of me. Today, I solemnly commit myself to the life of an accomplished Black cis woman. So great, so great, so great, so great, so great, so great. So just remember at all times, this is who you are. This is so you have no fear, you are confident. So now, what did we learn last week? You can start writing in the comments. Did you learn last week? Remember last week's session? Just put it right in there. So I asked our MVPs to also come and share, what they learned last week. It can also be from a couple of weeks ago. Whatever has inspired you, what you've been learning from the past sessions. So, yes, you can see someone up here already. So go ahead and tell us, what did you learn last week from the past session?
Okay, so I can go, right?
Yes, you're right.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Christabel. Hi, everyone. Hope we're all doing very well. It's nice to be together again and spend our Friday nights together as a sisterhood. Um, so last week, we all remember that last week was a lot of heat. Last week, we took some heat from Nyamiche, and I think the big chunk of what I learned was the fact that she emphasized that we should all pick a lane or pick one thing and then subscribe to it. And I think that advice goes a long way of applying to career, relationship, uh, even your workouts, routines, everywhere in life you want to like establish dominion, you have to pick one thing, focus on it, have a tunnel vision on it, and then execute. She went ahead to mention that as humans, we have the habit of picking one or two or three things at a time. But the problem that happens usually is we don't end up giving it our best. But if you see one opportunity and you pick it, you see one scholarship and you pick it, you see one maybe sisterhood community, you pick it, you give it your all, you execute it. By the time you are done, you can be able to move on to another thing and then give it your all also, and then execute it in excellence. So I think this advice, I like it so much because it can be applied in everywhere. Even if in your faith, you can pick one scripture a day and then just munch on it, and then the next day you pick another thing rather than trying to memorize two, three things at the same time. So I'm inspired to live in the present, pick one thing, and then focus on it. And I hope it can inspire all of us on the channel. So I think I'll end here so my sisters can add what they also learned. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing. Can have another person come up and share what they're saying in the comment section. So you can also drop what did you learn? What inspired you? What motivated you from last week's session? Well, I
Okay.
learned that failure is a blessing.
Oh,
So yes, okay, we have someone in here. Yes, tell us.
oh, my apologies. Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Good
Last week's
evening.
session, I went back and I was just like, wow, oh my goodness, oh my god. And so last week's session was really good, and something that stood out for me, it was something of something she had said in February session, a penultimate session in February, and she had said, it's okay to clarity comes on the journey, and she had made an example of, hey, you're a software, you get a job as a software engineer, but you want to transition into product management, and that is totally fine. Like, it is absolutely fine. Clarity comes on the journey, and so you don't have to stay there and like, oh my god, I don't want to move, because so like sometimes you take a job and then sometimes the job you take might not necessarily be where you end up with, but it's a stepping stone to where you want to go to. And as long as these skills are transferable, you can pick one or two things from here to get to where you want to go to. And that's like literally my story. So I really sat with that explanation. She get like, oh my god, your mentor is talking to me. And so, and then, riding off the back of what she says last week, that, many times we fear failure, but failure is to be embraced, because now you know what doesn't work, and it can help you move closer to what works. And so many times where I'm like, oh my god, I failed, oh my goodness, and you're just feeling embarrassed and all of that. But I think if we have a different perspective to it, it helps us even live our lives healthier, and we're able to know that, okay, now I know that this doesn't work. Maybe my strength doesn't exactly lie here, and then, I can, plunge into, I can go further into something else that works, and you keep practicing until you finally find out what works. So yes, those are some of the lessons I learned over last week and in February. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That has been such an amazing recap. That was really great. I hope that even if you didn't join last week, you got to learn something today that, hey, failure is a blessing. Keep your head high, you know. Yes. So thank you very much for sharing our MVPs, what you had, last week. So, our lovely CEO right there. You can see it. So, if you don't know it, today's your first time. This is our CEO, founder, the Moses of STEM, and she welcomes you all. I also welcome you to today's session. So, we already know who she is. So, if you don't know, or if you don't know, she is the founder of this organization that is Black SiS in STEM. She goes out of her way as a visionary leader to, engage in so many discussions, projects that show the spirit of, um, women's and civil rights and gender and equality. And she's also passionate about Black women, especially in STEM, because you know that it's very few women who are in this category. And meanwhile, we are all the drivers and the changes, the innovators. You recently saw Black History Month and all the amazing women that were coming out. Even as you were seeing, most of them were Black women. They were the inventors. They are like you. So you see yourselves in them. So she sees ourselves in them. And she's given us all these opportunities to, have the best experience that we can in this world to meet up with world standards. So she's giving you all the details that you need to know. So you can just go to her LinkedIn to get to know more about her. Her name is Namicha Wilson. Just search her online. She goes for talks where she talks about, Black SiS in STEM, where she talks about educating Black people. And she's really passionate about all the things that you need to know as a Black woman in today's world. So I hope that her life impacts your life. And then we can also get right into today's session by finding out who our guest for today is. So our guest for today is Harriet, and she is an investment banker, and she is in all the fields that you can think of: fintech, financial services, media, and she spans in, so many countries: Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana. She's passionate about innovation and strategic growth. She has contributed to startups development and nonprofit initiatives. As a former chief of staff at Black SiS in STEM, so she's one of us. she was, but she's still one of us as an alum, and she has played a vital role in driving this mission forward. She's currently pioneering an NGO focused on mentoring students in public and second-tier senior high schools, believing that structured guidance and support can transform lives. Her goal: to empower, invest, and create lasting impacts. I guess you're all, amazed by this person. So we just want to welcome her with, send your emojis, your clap it, whatever it is. Just, let's introduce and welcome our speaker for today. So Harriet, you're welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm so excited to be here and thank you so much for having me. It's been quite long since I saw Diana, and so I'm so happy to see here on the call. And thank you so much, Diana, for inviting me to share with the Black SiS community. It's always a pleasure being here. And our meetings are always full of zeal, fire. You always leave here happy and excited, and there's always so much to learn as well. And so happy to be here. And
So
thank you,
glad to
Esther.
have you here. Welcome and glad to have you here. So can you share, a bit of your story with us, how you came to Black SiS and STEM, or, just share with us your journey, how you came to this point.
All right. My Black SiS journey started somewhat
Sorry, I don't know whether it's from my end, but I can't really hear you. Maybe if you could
Can you
speak up.
hear me now?
Yeah, but it's a bit faint. I don't know if I'm the only one with.
Let me check my device. Is it better now?
Yes, it's a bit better now.
Okay. All right. I'll speak out a bit more loudly so you can hear. Can you confirm it's good now?
Yeah, that's much better. Yeah.
All right, sure. So my Black SiS journey started somewhere in 2020, 2021. I think at that time, somehow there was this viral post about this OGOF program, Our Girls Our Future program. Almost like everyone was posting about it. There was a group of girls that were posting about it, talking about the impact of the program. And it was as though it was one of those events that if you missed, you had missed out on everything in the world. And one of my friends was also a part of the program. So I was curious because at that time I was in my final, I think, second year in the university. And when you're in the university, especially when you come from a background where you know that you'd want to make your parents proud, make your family proud, and also make your own self proud by achieving your dreams, especially if you're an ambitious person. So I was intrigued about their posts and was wondering, what's this? What's this program? What's this community that you're talking about? Because, and at that age too, and that time in school, one of the key things you need is you're looking for is direction, mentorship, and then direction and mentorship, right? And so I reached out to them, and that's how I found myself in the YAW community and event. And there I joined the program officially. I think I joined the YAW community through volunteering to intern. At that time, they were not running any program, but then I saw the opportunity. I just wanted to be close to our CEO, Nyameche, and also close to the community because I knew that there was a lot to learn, and the access, the exposure, and the impact stories that I heard. I wanted to just be a part of it. And so I went in with the idea that I'm here to serve, I'm here to intern, I'm here to learn. I just want to know, I just want the exposure. And that's something that we need, especially from our part of the world and our background as Black women. Our key needs are exposure, the relevant skills and opportunities. And that's what Black SiS and STEM offered me. And so I also had the chance to join the OGOF program, the Our Girls Our Future program, the finance module. And I had a double blessing. So for me, I had a double blessing of not just being a part of the community and the program, but also serving and working closely with the foundation. And I feel that that those two are like priceless, right? Being a part of the community and also being involved in the work. And because with that, then you have close proximity to learn from our CEO. And at that time, that was my first me working in a corporate setting or even having any working experience. Was That was my first experience of work, and so I also had the chance of a safe space to make the mistakes, to be groomed, to learn the relevant skills. And I remember there's so many things I've learned from being a part of the community and working in YW. It goes to the details of even note making and note taking, right? That's how much of an impact to the very little details. So much so that, the kind of work I'm doing, investment banking, you have meetings, quite a number of meetings. Almost every day you're in one meeting or the other. And there's every information, there's a lot of information being shared in a very fast-paced setting, right? And every
Yeah.
detail, every detail of that information that is being shared is relevant to maybe some work you have to do right after the meeting. And so working in YW, I remember one of the things that Diana used to really be hot on us on was note making, note taking. And the notes had to be so detailed as it was said in the meeting, right? And the next steps for the action items, to the details of even showing us the format of notes making. These are things that some people enter the corporate world fresh from graduate. You're not taught in school how to make notes. You're not taught in school um, how to synthesize information that is being shared with you, right? And the notes were supposed to go out like within 1 hour, 2 hours after the meeting. So these very basic skills even became relevant to me. I even have outside of work, outside of like professional settings, to even my personal life, things about maybe putting together strategies. So, for example, if you're organizing an event, what's your strategy for marketing? What's your strategy for engaging speakers? Right? What's your communication plan? These are the things that I got a chance to learn directly from Black Sisters in STEM, and they've been invaluable. And beyond that, even the community, and that friends and people that I joined the program with or I met through working with Black Sisters in STEM that I'm still in touch with. There was one of my friends whom I even helped through the her connection with me through Black Sisters get work with one of our partner our companies, right? One of our related companies, and these are the kind of network and these are kind of opportunities that being a part of Black Sisters in STEM offers you. So yeah,
Okay,
I have a lot
thank
to share.
you. Yeah,
But
thank you so much for sharing all those amazing opportunities and skills that you got from joining Black SiS and then learning and putting yourself to serve. Even though you were coming to join a community, you also put yourself to serve, and I think that's an amazing thing. Service is really indeed, and that has also helped you in your career. So that's like a plus for you. So that's really great. So,
yeah.
you mentioned a lot of things about how Black SiS has impacted your career and how it has really influenced your life. So, can you give us like maybe some more like details? Like, okay, maybe you gained this and this, supported you in this. I know you mentioned some earlier, but can you just give us some practical examples so that the ladies can also in their time here, pick up some things that they believe can also help them in their
Sure, sure.
career as yeah.
I think one of the things that Black Sis offered me was exposure, right? Through the community events, the speakers that we had from different fields of work. Because at that time, coming out of school or being in school, I was not so clear, even though I had studied finance in the university, I was also clear which career path to take or which career path to take, right? So I took inspiration from some of the speaker sessions, got to learn more about investment banking. That's when like I got to learn about investment bank because what you read in the on the websites about the day in life of of an investment banker like on Google and what the realities of it is are different, right? The relevant skills, the things that you needed to know to be able to secure a job offer in a field as competitive as that. That's one of the things that being a part of the Black SiS community helped me to do. And secondly, being a part of the OGF program, the finance cohort, we're able to have access to some training, very valuable training through the CFI partnership, a partnership with CFI. So before getting on the job, I was familiar with the basic skills like financial analysis, modeling, valuation, the basic skills that I required for my work. And that gave me an edge over my colleagues that had come right from graduate and right from the university without having the relevant skills that you needed. And so that was one of the advantages of being a part of the RW community, the upskilling, right? Because as part of the community, you're also equipped and empowered with the relevant skills that you need to for the field that you're interested in.
Okay. So if someone is watching you now and they also want to become an investment banker like you, maybe they are inspired by all that you've said, what's one thing that you'd want them to know about the field?
One thing I want them to know about the field. First of all, I don't know if I can make a book recommendation here on this platform,
Sure, that's,
but
yeah, books, yes.
yes, yes,
We are here
yes,
to
yes.
learn, yes.
I think I think the first and most important thing before the book recommendation, though, I think the first and most important thing is to learn from the people like right in the field what the work is about and really confirm your interest, right? Confirm your interest in pursuing a career in investment banking. Secondly, I feel because it's a very competitive environment, and it's
Mhm.
you're they normally say that one of the reasons why people say they want to be investment bankers is because they want to be able to work with smart colleagues, right? And so in an environment where it's perceived that everybody in this organization is a smart person or top of their class, you'd have to have a very strong sense of self-esteem and confidence. And I think that's something that being part of YAW helps you to build, because sometimes our cultural setting and our upbringing can have a dent on your sense of self-esteem, right? And so if you go into an environment where there's a lot of competition, it's rugged, like you have to prove yourself. You have to justify your being in there. You have to justify your being on that on that seat. So you need your sense of self-esteem, sense of self-value intact and strong, so that you can withstand the pressures that comes with working in such an environment. Thirdly, I think you need to read a book that I wish I'd read earlier, but has been one of the greatest resources to me when it comes to navigating work as an investment banker. And it's a book by a lady just like us of Black descent, and I think she's a role model to all of us. She's called Carla Harris, and her book Expect to Win is the masterpiece you need for if you are now entering the field of work, or you're already in work in a career, building a career, but you need that boost. You need to be empowered to really leverage and maximize your impact in your field. That's really a resource to look at.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
I
So
actually
I
planned.
want to ask, okay,
Okay,
please
I
go
actually
ahead.
planned because the theme was on sharing some points.
Sorry, your volume has gone low again. And I can't hear you.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, hello.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Is it clear?
Yes, it's much better now.
Awesome. So I actually plan to share some snippets of information from the book.
Sure.
Yes, yes, the title of the book we're looking at. So maybe I could tell this, and I think I've already the first 2 points I already mentioned highlight some of the points that you would find in the book that I'll just re-emphasize or reiterate. So the first thing really is authenticity, right? Being yourself, bringing your whole self to bear, and that's something that I so admired, and I still admire from our CEO, authenticity, owning your true self, right? That encompasses your values, your strengths, your shortcomings, your faith, everything. And I think that's one of the things I loved about the YAW community. I was happy to, at that time, I've not yet come into contact with a community where you are free to express your faith, but also pursue excellence and actually maximize your potential. So that was it for me. That that was there was a space where you could be comfortable and you could feel safe enough to be yourself. And so that's one key thing. Authenticity is key. Bring your whole self to work. You know, that's what distinguishes you from every other person at work. For example, at my workplace, everybody knows that my faith is something that's non negotiable. So, for example, I were working on a deal or a transaction and maybe things are not going as we're anticipating, probably there's a fear or some risk that things may not go on well. I believe that prayer works. I could tell my team that I think we should pray about this. And there are
Okay.
situations where I remember one time at work, right? And my colleague's laptop had crashed and she was working on a very important model. And I've used my faith in my work such that if my Excel crashes or my laptop crashes, I can pray in it and believe that it would reset and I'll have my file working back, right? So in that moment when my colleague at work told me that my laptop had crashed, if I were hiding who I am, if I were hiding the fact, oh yes, I'm a Christian, wouldn't have to help her with the issue, right? So she called on me. She was like, "My goodness, my Excel has crashed. I think I've lost the model." I'm like, "No, it's happening. Let me pray over this laptop." And when I prayed over the laptop, like in seconds, it was restored. It reset it, right? And that could only happen because I have been true to who I am. And everybody knows who I am. Everybody knows that on Wednesday, if I'm leaving work, I'm actually going to church, right? So be yourself. Because if you're yourself, I feel it brings that kind of credibility, even when it comes to building relationships in the workplace. People feel comfortable with people that they know are real. They are true to who they are. They're not hiding any parts of themselves. And one of the things about being authentic, you never know that the same thing that you're trying to hide, the thing about you that you're trying to hide, could rather be a strength, an uncommon strength for you, right? Like expression of my faith in a workplace setting, it could seem like a weakness that you'd rather want to hide and not talk about your. But there have been so many situations where it's been a strength because it's something that's unique to me, you know. So leveraging being your authentic self allows you to be vulnerable with your weaknesses and shortcomings and also leverage the strength, unique strength that only you bring to bear. Only you. Because if you do not do that, you should change yourself. Just think you just change yourself. So that's one of the key lessons or key things that I think it's very important. I think that be yourself, bring your authentic self to them. And when you're also vulnerable about your weaknesses, you're not afraid to ask for help. You're not afraid to now look at the what are the gaps in my strength, what are the gaps in my abilities, and how can I fill them? Do I need to intern or volunteer with someone I know that has a strength in that area? Is there a work colleague that I need to get close to learn the skills? Because I'm not shy to let them know that I think I need to build on my analytical skills. I think I need to build on my communication skills. I'm open about them. and then I can get the help that I so that I can be better. Another thing that is very important in our journey to success is right? And there are different kinds of relationships: a mentor relationship, a sponsor relationship, an advisor relationship. Very important. The thing about relationship is that it helps you be people. Sometimes you get a chance to learn from people's mistakes early and get a chance to even learn from their successes closely. And so you're able to even multiply or amplify their success in your own way, or that. And that's so key. I remember, and especially working in the investment banking space, information especially is everything. Information is a dollar, right? And so your relationships are your are your actual currency when it comes to getting information from people. I remember just yesterday I was working one colleague from an affiliate company that came around, and I mean it's natural for you to feel that I'm quite busy and I meet anybody, or I don't think I'm a very sociable person or extroverted person. So, and this is a more extroverted character because when he comes around, he's very quite bubbly and sociable, and so you'd like to and engage you a bit more than you probably are probably comfortable with. But I allowed him that space, and what ended up how things turned out was that he ended up just introducing me to some resources, templates, valuation templates, and databases that if I did not open myself to a conversation with him, engagement with him, I wouldn't have access to. And these are things every day of work, the databases that the sites of the database that he shared with me. This is information. This is something that I need as part of my work. And now having access to this kind of information, I'm going to be more efficient because I have an easy resource to get template, database, valuation template, information, precedent, transactions, and other information that I require for my work. The relations are very important. Another thing that is very important is having a clear. I think I'll put it. Paula Harris puts it as be the captain of your own career. I think that should really be one of the first points, or come after the authentic, being your authentic self. Be the
Can you
captain of your
repeat
own
that
career,
again?
and really about having. I think it aligns with some of the points that our ladies, our sisters lessons from the previous week's meetings or discussions about having a clear vision of where you want to get, clear vision of your career, and being the architect and the captain of that plan. You know, sometimes you can get lost in pursuing so many different things or lose sight of your what a success means
Your
to you.
goal.
You can lose sight of what success means to you. You can lose sight of what your ideal self looks like. You know, what kind of career do I want to have? What kind of person do I want to be? What kind of person do I want to show up every day at my work? What, when people form judgments about what are the adjectives I want them to qualify me, when I'm not in a room, how do I want to be described? What kind of path do I want for myself? You know, having a clear vision and idea of the kind of career you want to have and kind of corporate person or person you want to show up as helps you now know what um, trade-offs do I have to make, what opportunities do I need to now access or pursue, help me to get to wherever I want to get to. And that's another point. And I think another point, so I think probably for time, I'd rather have us to take some to the book. That's one of the biggest mistakes, or probably was later not a mistake because later I got a chance to read through the book, but I wish I had read that book earlier when I was setting out in my at work, and it will be a very valuable resource to us, to our ladies to review it.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing so much within this short time. We've learned so much. Exposure being one of them, as one of the opportunities you get in Black SiS system, and then how we need to, our relationships are really important. Relations are currency. So having a clear vision, it's always coming back to that point. And our faith and our beliefs. When you are true to yourself, when you are authentic, people will trust and believe in you, and would leave things up to you, because no one would want to give anything to anyone they don't trust. So if you have any questions, you can put them in the chats, and then our speaker can address them. And if our MVPs have any questions too, they can just add themselves to the stage, and then just ask her a question. Jifa, do you have a question? Glory, do you have a question? Any of our MVPs? Okay, Jifa, you
One
can.
of the things, just to chip in, one of the things I learned from Black SiS system was that never show up without having your lips moisturized. You can't show up with parched, dry lips. Yeah.
Ah, okay, that's true.
I remember there was one thing I showed up, my lips were dry, and our CEO was like, "Girl, why are your lips so dry? Gotta moisturize your lips." And I think that so when I jumped on the call, one of the things I did was I have to moisturize my lips. Yeah.
That is true. You gotta have those lips juicy. Okay, do you have any other questions that we have for our guests? Anything you want to ask her? Work-life balance. What do you want to ask her? Just you have the opportunity now. You'll get this another time. Don't go and disturb her in the DMs. The time is now. Ask her a question. Okay, let me ask my. So, oh, okay. There's a question here. How important is networking to get into these roles? I believe you are referring to the banking, what she is doing now, right? The investment banking. Okay, so how important? You share some. So can you tell us?
Yeah. I think it will emphasize the importance of networking and getting to know people. Because most of the people advertise or come across, and especially because of the kind of culture investment bank and the kind of people that um, the kind of people that they assume
Ooh.
the class.
Okay. While we're waiting for our speaker to come up with an answer, you can just write in the chat what you've learned so far. If you have any questions, you can just drop them right there. And I'd love to read all of your questions, all of your comments. I'm seeing all of them. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of laughing and smiling emojis. I think that was about the moisturized lips, right? Okay. Yes. And no more dry lips. Okay, okay. Yes. So any questions, any comments while we're at it? The sisters ought to look good. Well, yes, you've got to look good. Taking care of yourself is really, skincare, everything, just, general hygiene is really important to take care of yourself. Show out good, not just with your brains, but with your beauty too. The beauty that God has blessed you with, those beautiful lips that He's given to you, that nice hair He's given to you. Yeah, your body is a temple. So just show out there in all the glory that God has given to you. And I hope you're all taking notes. So this note thing is not small. Today you've learned a lot. She's giving you all the deeds that you need to know, how to carry out yourself, networking, the importance of relations, how you should have relations. She's even giving you a book that you can go and read. So, reading is important. You can't be in STEM and you're not reading. No, the girlies here, we love to read. So thanks for the book recommendation. Expect to Win. If you didn't get it, the name was Expect to Win. So yes, note that down. Go and read it. Maybe next week you can share, or even in our community. If you've not joined our community, this is the time to join our community. The links are being shared in the comments. Just join if you're new here. You get to, all these opportunities. You get to meet with your alums. You get to meet with those in the community. Everybody is doing something different there, and we're all here to support each other. So join us and get to learn here. So yes, you've learned so much today, and I hope that you've been blessed. You've taken notes. You're going to do your assignments. Last week, some of you didn't do your assignments. So hopefully we're going to see more. We saw a lot coming in, but we need more. We need more of you out there, showing people that, yes, we are not dormant, that we are active, that we are working. So today, after you're done, connect with a sister. You've seen so many of them share their comments, connect with one another, get to know each other, show out there and support each other. That's what we are. We're a community of support. So thank you all for joining. We would share the links for you to join. I hope you're all joining. And you can also share that with another sister. It's not just for you, okay? Share with your sisters. Let them join. Let them learn something. Let them be inspired. The same way you've been inspired by Harriet's story today. You're like, wow, I can do that too. She said right after she finished her, from this thing, college, Black SiS job, just like that, there was no delay. It was pa, pa, pa. It was pa, pa, pa. It was from one moment to the other. So join our community today. You can screenshot this. You can just scan with your phone. Join our community today. Get to learn. Don't just be in the community. Show up. Show yourself. The same way Harriet gave herself to service, you should go out there too and serve other people. Show out there. Let people know that, yes, you are a Black woman in STEM. Yes, you are going out and you are inspiring others. You are inspiring your sister to the left and to the right of you. Okay? So that's amazing. So scan, join our community. Join our social media handles. Follow us on LinkedIn. Get inspired. Get motivated. Yes, readers are leaders. Glory. Yes, that was a good comment. Yes, readers are leaders. Yes. So I hope you all had an amazing time today. We're going to sign up very soon. So I'll add our sisters to the stage and we'll dance our way out. So let me cue in our favorite music for today. I hope you're all ready. Yeah. I want to see you dancing.
Whatever it takes, oh, you will leave. Whatever it takes, I've witnessed it.
Thank you all for joining. I hope you have an amazing night. If it's in the afternoon. If it's morning for you, I don't know who it's morning for. Welcome, good morning.
I'm living proof that he'll do what he gotta do to get to you, please. I'm about to lose my mind upon this stage. I said I'm living proof that he'll do what he gotta do to get to you.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Oh my, I'm so happy that you learned so much. So, yes, it's not inspiring.
Christabel, can you send the music up?
Wait for the one. Yeah, let me see you move.
What kind of math is this? What kind of math is this? It's God math lead. It's not girl math.
You are that one.
So glad
To join our community today.
math, it's God math. So glad you. I'm sorry, I'm just grateful. It's not girl math, it's God math. So glad you.
Someone's dancing. That's great. Very dancing. Yes, you're enjoying this. I'm enjoying this too. Always
so glad you.
Thank you, everyone, and have an amazing evening.